What if LeBron James had never been born in Akron, Ohio? What if, instead of growing up in America, he had been born into a poor working-class family somewhere else in the world? Would he still become the player we know today as the chosen one? Most people see LeBron James as a basketball prodigy, a superstar destined for greatness from the very beginning. But the truth is, his story almost started very differently. LeBron was born in Akron, Ohio, in the winter of 1984. His mother, Gloria James, was only 16 years old when she gave birth to him. Before LeBron was even old enough to understand what a father was, his father, Anthony McClelland, disappeared from their lives. At first, LeBron found comfort at his grandmother's house. But when he was just 3 years old, tragedy struck. His grandmother passed away from a heart attack on Christmas Eve. For Gloria, who was only 19 at the time, it meant losing the one person she could always count on. From that moment forward, life became a constant struggle. Mother and son moved from place to place, often because they couldn't afford rent or because the buildings they lived in were unsafe. They stayed in rundown apartments, crowded basements, and temporary homes. For young LeBron, even having a bed wasn't guaranteed. Many nights were spent sleeping on old couches or cold floors. To keep food on the table, Gloria worked multiple jobs. And because she worried about the drugs and violence surrounding their neighborhood, she often had no choice but to leave LeBron locked inside their tiny apartment while she worked. Despite everything, Gloria never gave up on her son. As LeBron reached school age, she did everything she could to keep him in school and give him a chance at a better future. Then came the first major turning point of his life. LeBron joined a youth football team and immediately stood out. His talent was impossible to ignore. At age 9, he became close friends with Frankie Walker Jr., the son of youth football coach Frank Walker. One day, LeBron opened up about the struggles his family was facing. Frankie told his father. Coach Walker decided to visit the family himself. What he saw changed everything. Moved by Gloria's determination and the hardships they were enduring, Walker offered to help. For Gloria, it was one of the hardest decisions she would ever make. But she knew her son needed stability, so she allowed LeBron to live with the Walker family. For the first time in his life, LeBron experienced what a real home felt like. Coach Walker became the father figure he never had. Mrs. Walker made sure he stayed on top of his schoolwork. Together, they gave him structure, support, and a sense of belonging. Then came another decision that would change basketball history. Even though Walker was a football coach, he encouraged LeBron to focus on basketball. He believed the sport offered greater opportunities and a better chance to change his family's future. LeBron wasn't passionate about basketball at first, but he trusted Walker. So he picked up a basketball and joined a team. No one could have imagined where that choice would lead. Soon, LeBron began turning heads on the court, and during those early years, he met another mentor who saw something special in him. His name was Drew Joyce. The first time Joyce watched LeBron play, he immediately recognized the talent. He walked up to the young kid and made him a simple promise. Come play for my team. Join us in AAU basketball, and I'll help you reach places you've never dreamed of. That promise would become the beginning of one of the greatest basketball journeys the world has ever seen. What would you do if you became a billionaire? Some people buy their friends luxury cars. Others end up fighting with their own families over money. But LeBron James never forgot the people who stood beside him when he had nothing. Long before the championships, the MVP trophies, and the billion-dollar fortune, LeBron was just a kid from Akron trying to find his place in the world. And the friends he met along the way would become brothers for life. The story began in 1997. After switching from football to basketball, LeBron met 3 boys who would change his future forever. Drew Joyce III, Willie McGee, and Sion Cotton. The 4 came from different backgrounds, but basketball brought them together. The man who united them was Drew Joyce II, Drew's father. He wasn't a famous coach. He was simply a local dad coaching youth basketball in his spare time. But the moment he saw LeBron play, he knew this kid was special. Soon, he brought LeBron onto the team and helped build an AAU squad known as the Ohio Shooting Stars. Over time, Coach Joyce became much more than a coach. He became a mentor, a father figure, and a source of guidance for a group of young boys chasing a dream. Together, they started dominating teams across Akron. Their success wasn't built on expensive training or elite facilities. It came from LeBron's incredible talent and the chemistry the 4 friends developed through years of playing together. They became nearly unstoppable. Confident in their abilities, they even gave themselves a nickname, the Fab Four. Before long, the Shooting Stars qualified for the AAU National Championship in Orlando, Florida. But getting there wasn't easy. The team had no major sponsors and very little money. To pay for the trip, the boys sold candy, sold tape, and even stood on street corners asking strangers for help. Little by little, they raised enough money to make the journey. 9 players squeezed into a van built for 5 and headed to Florida. When they arrived, they were stunned. Everywhere they looked were elite teams wearing brand new Nike and Adidas gear. Their opponents looked like future stars. Meanwhile, the shooting stars showed up with worn-out jerseys and old basketball shoes. The difference was impossible to ignore. But once the game started, none of that mattered. At just 13 years old, LeBron was already dominating. He threw down powerful dunks, delivered incredible passes, and controlled the game far beyond his age. Together, the Fab Four shocked the tournament. One by one, they knocked off heavily favored opponents and fought their way into the national championship game. Waiting for them was the defending champion, a team filled with nationally known prospects and future stars. The pressure was enormous. Thousands of fans filled the stands. Reporters and cameras surrounded the court. Early in the game, the shooting stars fell behind by 15 points. It looked like the dream was over, but LeBron refused to quit. In the fourth quarter, he led an incredible comeback. Possession after possession, the gap started shrinking. Suddenly, victory was within reach. Then came the final moment. With the championship on the line, LeBron rose up for a three-pointer. The shot could have won the game. The ball left his hands. The crowd held its breath, but it bounced off the rim. The shooting stars lost by just 2 points. It was a heartbreaking defeat, yet that loss changed everything. College coaches, scouts, and basketball insiders finally knew who LeBron James was. More importantly, it proved something to him. Great players can win games, but brothers can build something much bigger. And together, the Fab Four were about to take the next step at St. Vincent, St. Mary High School, where their legend would truly begin. What would you choose if, at just 13 years old, the entire country already knew your name? Top high schools across America opening their doors. A future already written, but one promise holding you back, and a group of teammates who had nothing but each other. Most people walk away from that, but LeBron James didn't. Before the NBA, before the championships, before the legend. In 1999, a young coach named Drew Joy Sr. led a group of kids through the AAU National Tournament. At the center of it was a rising star, LeBron James. They fought all the way to the national championship game and lost by just 2 points. That loss didn't break them, it built them. But the real decision came next. One of Akron's most respected programs, Buckdale High School, extended an offer. Power, exposure, legacy, everything they were supposed to want. For a moment, it looked like destiny, until reality stepped in. LeBron's closest friend, Drew Joyce II, known as Little Drew, was only 1.47 meters tall. And when the coach looked at him, the message was simple. Your best friend can go to this school, but you can't. These words were like a thorn, piercing deep into Drew's heart. LeBron didn't hesitate, neither did his teammates. They turned down the biggest program in the city and chose St. Vincent, St. Mary instead. A small school, no reputation, no spotlight, just trust, just brotherhood. Soon after, Drew Joy Sr. left his coaching job at Buckdale and joined them at St. Vincent, St. Mary as assistant coach. Now, it wasn't just a team, it was a family built on belief. But outside that circle, nobody saw greatness. At St. Vincent, St. Mary, everything revolved around one name. LeBron James, the chosen one, the future. But for little Drew, it was different. He wasn't celebrated. He was dismissed. Every time he stepped on the court, the crowd saw only his height, not his sacrifice, not his work. So he built himself in silence. Day after day, shot after shot, rewriting his game from the ground up. If he couldn't dominate with size, he would dominate with precision, with repetition, with discipline no one noticed. Then came the moment that changed everything. The 2000 Ohio State Championship. The game was tight, physical, locked down. LeBron was being heavily defended. Nothing was easy, and then the coach made a decision. He called his name, Little Drew, a 1.47 meter guard stepping onto the biggest stage of his life. The crowd laughed instantly. It felt like a mistake, until the first shot, corner three, swish. The laughter stopped. Second possession. Defender backed off completely. He pulled up from deep. Swish again. Silence started spreading through the arena. Third shot. Fourth shot. Each one falling like a statement. Not emotion. Execution. The same crowd that mocked him moments ago now sat frozen. Watching the scoreboard climb. Watching disbelief take over. And when the final buzzer sounded, St. Vincent, St. Mary won 73-55. Their first state championship in 16 years. And little Drew, 7 shots, 7 makes, 21 points. Perfect under pressure. After the game, LeBron walked over. He lifted him up and placed the championship trophy in his hands because he understood something bigger than basketball. This wasn't about height. It wasn't about expectations. It was about loyalty. It was about believing in the people others overlook and proving that greatness doesn't always come from the obvious choice. That night didn't just win a title. It defined a mindset because this wasn't the end of their story. It was only the beginning.